We got us some gold rims. We looking good.
All right, so we have got our ride for the day. We are gonna explore the island. We've got this nice blue gold rim buggy. We have our top off, as you can see. We got a little sunscreen for the day. And we're gonna try and see, the map's a little confusing. He had a whole lot to say about the island. But so far we know at least one direction you don't stop, and then the other direction you stop every corner. And we know there's about 3 free beaches. We're gonna try and hit up the free ones, and we'll see what else we can find.
All right, so we think we passed the first location. So we're gonna whip this thing around and see if it actually was it. I don't know if you can park there.
I don't know. I wonder if this is parking on the outside.
I don't know if this is parking.
Well, you would think anything in there would be for that.
Yeah. I don't know, we're gonna try it and see what happens.
Speed bump, speed bump.
Yep. Oh,
speed bump.
Oh, the bar, it's like Money Bar Beach Club. Yeah, it's closed. Where the beach is. I don't know if we can park here or not. Money Bar Beach Club.
Maybe none of these things are open. It's still early.
Yeah, it's still early, so I'm wondering if a lot of these places aren't open because they've got like a little fence thing closed off. So I'm not sure. Little lockers over there, maybe. Oh, but yeah. Oh, it looks like they got a walk. You can walk down onto the. Like they got steps down there. So not really free. We gotta buy drinks and food, and then we can swim. Or it was like $30 for just the beach. And Jess just looked at the menu and said it's expensive. So we decided not to do this because it was, you gotta buy a drink and food, and then they let you onto the beach. But Jess thinks that there might be an area right next to it that you can just walk down to. Like they've got these sections closed off to where you have to go in.
What I'm reading online is that you should be able to like access the beach, but not use any of like their equipment because there's like tables and chairs and stuff, but they have them roped off. You see what I'm saying?
See, like this is roped off. This is roped off, so we had to go in through the restaurant. But there's a little section down here that maybe you can just walk out. Like we don't need any equipment.
This is a dive shop.
Is it?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, see again, they have this all roped off. Let's go a little bit further. Doesn't look too rocky.
Yeah, it looks like there's like a sand patch and stuff.
But I mean, those rocks look pretty rough too to not have anything on our feet. We want to jump down. We can walk down this side.
Oh, there's steps right here.
Oh God, those look rough. All right, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move on. We'll just go up. Yeah, let's go up these steps and we'll head down a little bit further. Easiest things to get into. All right, she's in. We are heading out.
The next free beach.
All right.
San Francisco Beach.
So we're discussing who's right on this. So this is, he said that we had to get off on this street.
So we were up here, we drove down.
We drove down through here.
We wanted to go to this free beach. So he said across from Caleta, we cut across, which we did. However, I'm saying we need to go back out to get on this main road that we were on to go down here.
All right, so she's gonna put it in San Francisco Beach.
10 minutes.
So 10 minutes. All right, so here we go. I think she was right. Go back to it. But we just keep going and then it puts us back on there, so.
I was still right.
She was right on this one. We got to get back on the main road.
So Jason is still trying to make this Money Beach work. We pulled over again and he's going through the brush to see what it looks like if there's a spot for us to walk down. I say let's just move on to the next place. So as expected, that did not work. So
yeah, it was like I mean it was just rock and then it dropped right off. It wasn't a gradual drop or anything, so no go.
So we've got 9 minutes to this next one that's supposed to be free, which I have a feeling is going to be the same. So if that's the case, I think, whoa, we just got overtaken. So if that's the case, I think what we're gonna do is maybe search for the best just beach to enjoy the day at and just put that in, go there, spend a few hours enjoying the water.
All right, so we are now stopped at San Francisco Beach Club. So we're gonna go in here and see what it's like. So we made our second stop at San Francisco Beach Club is what it was called. And it does look like the beach is free. They do have a bunch of chairs sitting out, so I'm assuming that if you decide you want to take a chair, then they would charge you for that. There is food and beverage. But we went out on the end of like a dock and went snorkeling out there. Snorkeling was okay, right? Snorkeling. Not too bad. Didn't see a whole bunch. We did run into a nice school of fish, so that was really cool.
Yeah, the guy before said there was a few stingrays and stuff underneath the little pier that we walked out. I think they probably just got scared off as people started to pile in, but looks like maybe there's stingray. Somebody saw a starfish, and then we saw a few schools of fish and some amberjacks. So yeah, it's not bad for a little snorkel spot.
But this does look like a free beach, so it doesn't look like there's any charges unless you want a chair or some food. There's also a bunch of slides and all activities out in the water, like slides and all like that out there. So that was pretty cool. I don't guess there's any charge with that either.
No, I think that's what you're paying for. Like if you're getting, people had wristbands on.
Oh,
so
I didn't see that.
if you're paying for the wristband with the chair and everything, it's probably like that $20 admission. Then all the slides, the kayaks, all that stuff come with it.
I didn't see the wristbands.
We were just looking for a free spot to get in the water.
Perfect.
So score, check one.
Perfect. We're off to the next one. All right, so we're actually going to stop at Alberto's. The place that we rented the buggy from recommended it.
Well,
and
they actually give us free nachos.
And if we buy a lunch, we get free nachos. So we're kind of hungry, and
why not?
We thought, why not get the free nachos and get us a little lunch? So that's what we're doing. All right, so we just finished up at Alberto's. The tacos, they were okay. We got chicken tacos. Then we got the nachos, which they were free with the rental of the car. So that's kind of why we stopped here. It was $22 for just 3 tacos, some rice. We did get 2 sodas. along with the free nachos. So a little pricey, I guess, but we are kind of in a touristy area. This is where some of the tourists come. But hey, for what it wasn't too bad. So we just came up onto Reggae Beach Bar. This was on the internet a lot. People talked about this place a lot. So
it's Sunday. We're noticing that we can't tell if it's closed or just not busy.
There are people in there, but we also noticed that at the other spots that we stopped, like there's not a lot of people here like I would be expecting. Like I don't know, maybe they all just go to resorts out here and that's where they're all staying, but there's not that many people out here. The beaches are not that crowded. Yeah, it's just really not what I was expecting. Got the restaurant right on, I mean literally right on the water. That's so cool. I mean, you're within feet. So when we were in Belize, the seaweed was washing up onto the shore, and man, it was a little stinky. They're having the same issue here too. All right, so we just stopped to get gas. And I didn't see how many gallons, or I don't know if they go off of gallons, probably liters here. But it was like, how much?
It's like 30 bucks. It was 566 pesos.
And we were just a line below half, so we went a line above half because we don't want to, we don't want to fill it up. We just want to take it back to what it was.
$30.39.
Wow, so their gas out here is pretty expensive. All right, so we just turned our rental in, and I don't know, I think it was kind of worth it. There wasn't much going on when you go around the whole island. There was a couple places to stop. The only place we found that was free was San Francisco Beach Club.
Which I actually think was like the beach next door. We just got lucky that we walked down to it.
Yeah.
But, and I think if you're looking to do a different like all-inclusive resort, it would be worth it. We just didn't want to pay the money to do one of those and was only looking for free things.
Yeah, and I think it was $25 a person to get in. So, but San Francisco, we did get into San Francisco Beach Club. We did get into that. There was no charge on that. We did a little bit of snorkeling, and then we took advantage of the car, and we went to the grocery store. So that was perfect. And I can tell you,
my mom, she was coming next week, so we actually went up to her resort to send her some pictures just to give her an idea of what to expect too. So now she's really excited.
It really only took an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours to drive around, because we drove around it twice. So we went out early in the morning, and maybe that's why there wasn't a lot of people out, is that we went out early in the morning. We left at 8 o'clock. So there wasn't a whole lot going on. But when we came back through the second time, there was a lot more people out. There's also, we've noticed a lot of people on the main strip. If you kind of go up just a bit on the main strip is where everybody's parking on the side of the road and then just walking across and jumping into the water there. I don't know if it's really sandy or not. It looked pretty rocky, but there was a ton of people there. So I would imagine that's probably the spot to hit, is up through there.
So we did our rental with HTL Rentals. They do buggies, cars, and Jeeps. They have automatics and manuals, and we were told they were the same price, so we went ahead and went with an automatic, but we would have done manual if it cost less. So originally the way it worked is we did our paperwork. The insurance was included, so it was going to be $66 for the day for the buggy. That was for 24 hours. We picked it up at 8 a.m. We didn't actually have to bring it back till tomorrow at 8 a.m. It's just we've got scuba diving tomorrow, and that just didn't work for us. We brought it back tonight. Basically, the insurance was included. However, the deductibles are a little high. So if somebody was to hit you and ding the vehicle, the deposit was $250
US dollars.
So that you would pay that, and then everything else was covered, or up to that amount. So if it was only, they deemed it $80 to fix it, that's all that you would have to pay. Now, if you were in a big wreck and it was your fault, it is $1,500 USD. So a lot more, and that was with the insurance included. So just keep that in mind. Although we found it incredibly easy to drive around the island. Like
it was
really
easy.
Not crazy busy. At least for us, it wasn't. So
it was really
easy. We found it very
easy
and not difficult. So
And HTL, those guys were great. It was easy. It was simple.
They encouraged us to take like a video of pictures around the car. And they encouraged us to do it to make sure that everybody was on the same page. So
and they also say don't book online. Is that not what you were saying?
Correct. Yeah, well, the thing is, so like this is a local company, so a lot of people when they fly into Cozumel, they go ahead and book through like Avis or Budget, like a very well-known company, and they get these crazy prices. It's like $12 a day, but in reality, it is not getting you the insurance that's required when you get here. So even if you select the insurance online, it is not the Mexican insurance that is required for the rental. So once you get here, the price is going to go up, and it is not going to be any cheaper. It's probably going to be more expensive than if you just went with a local company. And so HTL was great. The prices were very comparable to the other local companies in the area, and so we went with them.
And they were highly recommended on online too as well. But as we always say, do your research before, don't take our word. Do your research. And
taxis are everywhere. So like when you fly in, get a taxi to your place and then kind of figure it out from there.
Yeah.
They even told us that like if we booked a car, they will actually bring it to your hotel for you, so you don't have to worry about trying to get to them and pay for an additional taxi. So they were super helpful, but I would just say don't book it as part of arriving at the airport through the airport terminal.
I think that's going to do it for the day, guys. It has been a hot day, and I think we're going to head back to our Airbnb.